Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Please subscribe, guys. It really does help with the algorithm, and a thumbs up never hurts as well. So I wasn't going to do this video today, but then I took a look at the charts, and it looks like Bitcoin has breached $60,000. And it seems like everybody here on crypto Twitter is noticing this. Like the Cryptic Poet, I got a good feeling about tomorrow. We got the Bearable Bull here. FOMO season is about to arrive. Crypto Eddie here. How many millions are glued to their screen right now, waiting for that round number? And so guys, first I just got to apologize. My throat is still a little sore, so if I'm sounding a little off or, I don't know, weird, just be mindful. I'm still getting over a little cold here. Anyway, that is not stifling my excitement. Bitcoin right now trading at 59,200, guys. I've got the Bitcoin chart up here on the daily. And you know, as per the Bearable Bull's point here, this is just the next step towards a FOMO in the altcoin market. So let's take a look at Bitcoin first. Throw a Fibonacci on here. You guys can see Bitcoin is now significantly above the 0.786. So we have broken through the 0.786, looking to reach the full Fibonacci extension, which would mean Bitcoin would match its all-time high of roughly $65,000. So getting up past the 702 was that big one, right? And we were a little skeptical. The other day we saw a flash crash for Bitcoin. It came right back down to the 0.618, but then shot right back up. Then it was battling in and around the 0.786, and now we are seeing that significant movement pass the 0.786. So again, this is the Bitcoin chart on the daily. If I bring up the entire cryptocurrency market, so this is the entire market cap. You guys can see we are significantly past the 0.786, looking to breach that all-time high. Let's take a look at the total 2 real quick as well. So total 2 is the entire cryptocurrency market minus Bitcoin. And even on the total 2, you guys can see we are just hugging the 0.786, but ultimately still moving in the right direction, trying to get up higher, making higher highs, coming out of this double bottom pattern here, right? Trying to make our way back up here. And what about the total 3? The total 3 market cap, for those of you guys who may have forgotten, is the entire cryptocurrency market cap minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. And guys, looking at that, we are seeing the same types of patterns here. So I know you guys are probably noticing this because I'm totally noticing my voice is not the same as it usually is this morning. I was feeling better and now, I don't know. Anyway, it's just a cold. I do not have the beer flu. I have already been tested for that. Anyway, bear with me. So what does this all mean? And what can we expect next? How soon are we to an altcoin season, which would ultimately bring up the price of XRP? I know, that's what we're all glued on right now. And XRP not trading so high compared to Bitcoin. Of course, the rest of the altcoin market is kind of in the same boat. XRP trading just shy of $1.12. Let's take a look at the entire market real quickly here. So we got the market cap still up, hovering around $2.4 trillion. We got Bitcoin dominance here at about 46%. So we're going to also take a look at that. And Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two players here that are doing fairly well. The rest of the altcoin market, fairly flat, I suppose you could say. Binance Coin down just over 3%. Cardano down about 0.5%. We got XRP down in the last 24 hours, 0.84%. Solana's doing okay, but you guys can see the rest of the crypto market, or rather altcoins in particular, are still relatively flat. So this article just put out an hour ago, as of the time of this recording, thinks 60,000 is the top. This Bitcoin fractal suggests it's the next bear market bottom. The cyclical nature of Bitcoin bull and bear markets means that $60,000 is mathematically more likely to be a floor and not a ceiling in the future. So Bitcoin may have hit $60,000, but calculations suggest that the price level will matter much more to the bears and not the bulls. In a tweet on October 14th, popular Twitter account TechDev again highlighted historical data, which has so far accurately tracked Bitcoin's highs and lows. While BTC USD is tipped to retake all-time highs and climb to 6 figures this year, investors' attention is already turning to how far Bitcoin will fall after its next blow-off top. So what this is suggesting is that there is going to be a Bitcoin blow-off top, which will ultimately get us, guys, to a 6-figure price. The idea that Bitcoin price action moves in cycles with a bearish phase and a bottom of 80% of the blow off top has become widely accepted. What is much harder to believe in current circumstances, however, is that $60,000 may just be the price floor of that potential 80% correction. Using Fibonacci sequences, TechDev showed that each Bitcoin bear bottom fell within an identical range. This accounts for both the sub $200 lows in 2014 and the roughly $3,200 floor in December of 2018. Given Bitcoin's cyclical metamorphosis, the next logical retracement, therefore, is anywhere between $47,000 and $60,000. So here's a chart just demonstrating that based on what TechDev here is seeing in the Fibonacci and the fractal patterns. So what he's seeing here is the last bottom for 2013, for example, matched up over here at the 1.486 and the 1.618 from this pattern, from this bull run, 2011, the high being that. And then the next bear market did the same thing, matched it up with those two Fibonacci levels, and that would bring in the bear bottom. Now what they're saying, this would be the bear bottom. So how high could we possibly go? Here's a quote. I know no one cares about macro during a pump, but the last two BTC bear markets bottomed in these levels, and this suggests the next bear bottom is $47,000 to $60,000 if that's where we land after an 80 to 85% fall. This would mean, guys, that this puts the top for Bitcoin in line for a test of about $300,000 in this particular cycle. And I mean, the stage really is set up for this, guys. I saw this from Michael Saylor, tweeted this out. This is Senator Cynthia Lummis just the other day giving her opinion on the financial system and why people should be putting their faith in crypto as opposed to fiat currency.
Presidents of both parties have run up the debt irresponsibly with no plan to address it. So thank God for Bitcoin and other non-fiat currencies that transcends the irresponsibility of governments, including our own. That is an indictment of our responsibility. Democrats and Republicans, presidents and Congress, our responsibility to address this looming, predictable, massive president.
All right, and I'll end it there. The clip just gets cut off there anyway. Cynthia Lummis, obviously very critical of what is going on here, condemning governments around the world for what they are doing, essentially inflating fiat currency like no tomorrow. Now we have to put our faith in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, as she mentioned here. So let's go back to the Bitcoin chart and bring up Bitcoin dominance. So this is also part of the story, guys, right? Bitcoin dominance, looking for that final move up. We know that once Bitcoin dominance does finally tank, that's when altcoins will take hold, and that's when we will see more appreciation for altcoin prices. But right now, Bitcoin needs to see its final leg up. So what we are seeing now on the Bitcoin dominance chart, looking to me like a double bottom, looking to me like it is slowly moving upward. And what are we to expect next? I guess perhaps maybe bouncing off former resistance. So we are right here right now for Bitcoin dominance at 45.8%. Could it be that we get to 49, 50% before we see that dump, right? These are things we have to pay attention to. When I zoom this out on the weekly, let me just do that real quickly here. And let's bring this chart back over, doing that on the weekly, taking it off auto. We can see historically, we have seen Bitcoin dump as low as 35%, right? So this was the height of the altcoin market back in early 2018, at the end of the 2017 bull run, when Bitcoin finally plummeted. All that money flowed out of Bitcoin and into the altcoins. Well, guys, we are getting very close to seeing that yet again. So look at that. Old resistance over here from back in 2018. We are seeing that match up with this. Could we see that level retest now for this Bitcoin bull run? Finally, when Bitcoin gets back to that 50% level, give or take, will that be when we see it plummet? So this is just another tool to be able to use, another chart just to be able to analyze Bitcoin price and where it is going. And guys, so there's also this issue of XRP and what is going to happen. Now, we know XRP, despite what is going on in the court, we have still seen fairly positive movement for XRP. Let me throw XRP back up here on the daily and just zoom out here. And I'm sorry, guys. I am very aware of my voice not sounding normal, so I'm hoping it's all right. All right, XRP here. Higher lows, right? We got higher lows, higher highs. So even despite the SEC lawsuit, which happened in and around here, we are still seeing XRP price appreciation. Okay, we are still seeing new highs. We still saw XRP go up to $1.96 back in April, along with the other altcoins. Of course, XRP has not yet hit its all-time high. It may have been able to hit its all-time high had we not seen this lawsuit. However, this is not the end of the world either, because we have other coins that have not seen their all-time high yet, like Bitcoin Cash, for example. I got Bitcoin Cash up here on the daily, and you guys can see back in 2017, 2018, Bitcoin Cash reached an all-time high of about 4,250. So just another example of a coin that has not reached its all-time high yet. Let's take a look at another coin that has not reached its all-time high, guys. This is Iota on the daily, and so you guys can see up here, Iota right back in the bull run of 2017, 2018 reached an all-time high of about $6.57. Right now, Iota is trading at about $1.29, $1.30, and back in April, it did reach a high of about $2.72. So nowhere near its all-time high either. And let's not forget, these coins are not in a legal quagmire right now like XRP is. So I'm still fairly confident, right? We are getting very close to that all-time high, despite what we are seeing in the court. Tag here on Twitter posting this, going back to read the CFTC statements regarding XRP. I can't help but think that Ripple scared the hell out of the SEC by building their company the right way. Ripple never had an ICO, raised money legally through VCs, and already had a decentralized platform. He goes on down here by saying this immediately took them out of the SEC's jurisdiction, which is why it took them so long to make a move. The SEC literally had no idea how to act. All the while, Ethereum did have an ICO and were given a free pass because of its current decentralized nature. And he states here that was because of Director Hinman there. By suing Ripple and giving ETH and BTC a free pass, the SEC could potentially control both ICOs and companies building ground up via venture capitalists. This would engulf the entire crypto market as a massive power grab, and the SEC could control this entire space. So interesting to point out there. If you guys did not see, Jeremy Hogan just recently did a video yesterday, and in this video, and I think it's a good video for the XRP community to watch because we tend to want to listen to, you know, all the positive outcomes that could happen from this case, and Jeremy Hogan outlines the negative potential, so kind of like a worst case scenario, negative outcome for the SEC Ripple case. And he goes over this in detail, so I will link this video in the description of the video for you guys to watch. Basically, I just want to summarize what he's talking about. So the video is about 15 minutes, 14 and a half minutes, but I'm just going to summarize this for you, hopefully in a few short minutes. So basically, you know, the premise of the SEC's case, the theory is that it is a simple securities violation under Howey. The SEC is hoping that the judge will have to buy into this, and the biggest thorn in the SEC's side at this moment in time is essentially that fair notice defense. Also, we got to remember that certain SEC commissioners, so their own side, are coming out and they are actually being critical of the SEC's stance and how the SEC has taken up matters thus far. For example, we have Hester Peirce saying, you know, going on the record and, you know, basically saying this from last year even, saying there is no clarity. She just did release a document this past week, also just reiterating the fact that despite what the SEC is saying, we still do not have the clarity, and we are basically ruling by enforcement and not by giving clear rules. Now, this is obviously not going to bode well for the SEC. So if the judge agrees to strike the motion, that would not be good for Ripple. Basically, what that means is that a lot of the evidence that has come forth, like the Hinman stuff and a bunch of the other stuff, will be gone and will not be relevant as evidence. So the SEC, their best shot at this is to be able to strike that fair notice defense. But ultimately what the SEC wants, they want jurisdiction over cryptocurrency, and you know, this is my opinion now. They basically want to use Ripple as that scapegoat. They want to stop Ripple from selling XRP, and they ultimately want to make money from it, so they are trying to sue Ripple and their CEOs to pay a fine cumulatively of about $1.3 billion. Now, Jeremy Hogan goes over this even further, and he says there are two paths to victory. So he outlines those two paths. One is the marketing path to victory, and he outlines that. He gives an example of the Telegram case. And he ultimately states that, this would not necessarily affect the relationship between XRP hodlers and XRP, but more so Ripple and how they handle their XRP moving forward. So in effect, this would be the best case scenario for us, even if technically Ripple did lose this lawsuit. He also talks about the Kick Interactive case, which I'm going to get to in a second. But then finally, second, he talks about this idea that, and this would not be good, the fact that if the SEC can prove that the Ripple ecosystem, that the XRPL is in fact centralized, this could mean a negative outcome for XRP and XRP hodlers, meaning that XRP would be intrinsically a security, and so that would essentially prove everything the SEC has been trying to prove thus far. So hopefully, if Ripple does indeed lose, we would hopefully see them lose under scenario number 1, in which case it wouldn't necessarily affect XRP hodlers. But just a minute ago, I talked about the Kick Interactive case that Jeremy Hogan also mentions, and so I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. And so with the KIN token, just bring it up here, and I know I've talked about this on this channel in the past. Let me just get rid of some of this for now here. With the Kick Interactive token, okay, so I got the KIN token here on the daily on the chart. When this lawsuit hit, okay, it was around May or June of 2019. We saw the price of the KIN token actually decrease a little bit, and from that point, we did see it continue to decrease and essentially base back in late 2019 and into early 2020. Let's not forget, it started all the way up here, okay, at the height of the bull run, right, in late 2017, early 2018. It came down like the rest of cryptocurrencies did, and then by mid-2019, boom, that Kick Interactive suit occurred, and then we saw nothing but basing, basically flatlining for the KIN token. But then what happened, okay? They finally got a verdict. Now here is the Kick Interactive lawsuit verdict. It was eventually approved by the court by October 21st, 2020. Okay, so that was the date that we saw that occur. And then what happened, guys, on October 21st, 2020? Let me put a cursor here just to show you guys. Boom. That was this day right here. Okay, so right here. It's a terrible arrow, but from there, the price of the token shot up, okay, into around this area here, which is significant. Let me just delete that for a second, and I'm going to tell you how much it shot up by right now. It shot up by approximately 2,000%. What was it? Started around there. Okay, it shot up by almost, 1,800%. Okay, to that top there. Now, why I'm stopping it there and not bringing that all the way up to here was because at this point, this is when the SEC dropped news that Ripple was going to be sued. So the rest of the cryptocurrency market did take a bit of a hit on this day. But guys, let's not lose sight of the fact that even after the verdict, and it was a positive verdict for the KIN token, the price of KIN shot up 1,800%. Not only that, after a bit of a decline, I mean, the rest of the crypto market was seeing this decline, most of it at least, we did eventually see that KIN token, after its lawsuit, rally significantly like the rest of the crypto market did back in mid-April, and it rallied over 12,700%, okay? Since the lawsuit verdict, down in and around here, October 21st. So, Jeremy Hogan is giving us these doomsday scenarios, but even with these doomsday scenarios, we could realistically see, I mean, if everything is timed well, see an XRP do very, very well. Now, again, I'm just going to take it from where XRP is today. We're trading at about $1.11 right now. And, we are already starting to see positive movement for XRP despite the fact that we are in a lawsuit. Remember when I was showing you the KIN chart? KIN was doing this. Okay, it was basically just basing. What XRP is doing during the lawsuit is it's doing this. It's actually moving up. So we are already in a better spot than KIN was back in late 2020. So let's just say, for sake of argument, can take that off auto. For sake of argument, XRP rallied 1,800% once we do get a verdict. You know where that brings us, guys, from here, from this launching point? Now, I mean, it could have been taken from here. 1,800% from here would have taken us around $3.21, ultimately just matching up to all-time high. But we are not down here anymore. We are up here. So where would 1,800% take us at this point in time? All things considered, right? It would take us to a price of roughly $21.36 per XRP. But on top of everything else, the other thing we have to remember is that there is also a bull run going on right now. And as with the KIN token, XRP price appreciation will likely appreciate even more if FOMO occurs, if it is timed correctly, if we get this verdict at the right moment. And so what could that ultimately mean for XRP? And again, guys, I'm just taking the figures from the KIN interactive token, and I'm going to superimpose them on the XRP chart. This is by no means financial advice. This is by no means to suggest that this is exactly where the price is going to go. I'm just giving you guys a for instance, because we know everything is set up, and to be quite honest with you, XRP is actually poised in a better spot here than KIN was back in 2020. But if we just take a look at this 12,766%, could that mean that we could possibly see an XRP, guys, go up past what our expectations are? Of course, this would be a perfect storm scenario, bringing XRP up to a price of $143.67. Also, let's not forget that this could be the fact if indeed Bitcoin does continue its trajectory upward and continues a prolonged bull market, instead of actually hitting $70,000 or $80,000 before crashing another 85-90%. Again, this has to be a perfect storm scenario. So no, I am not saying that XRP will definitely hit $143. However, what I am saying is that in a perfect storm, SEC versus Ripple clarity in the best case scenario, altcoin FOMO taking hold, and 3, a Bitcoin bull run going beyond what was previously projected, I certainly don't think a 3-digit XRP is out of the cards. Jimmy Valley just posted this yesterday. Now, he was infamous for saying that XRP could reach anywhere between $10,000 and $35,000 per coin. And he just came out on Twitter yesterday stating this, and all you folks call me crazy. Just for the record, I prefer the word eccentric. He just posted out this article with regards to the Digital Pound Foundation and how Ripple has recently become a part of this. So let's also not forget, guys, the real world utility that gives XRP its clout in the first place. So in a perfect storm scenario, could XRP reach 3 digits? I think it's possible, but tell me down in the comments what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.